Okay, I'm selling the Hilux. The reason for this is it's been replaced by this. So I got a 4-wheel drive and I got a tow bar, so I no longer need the Hilux, which still runs fine. It's registered as tractor. The neighbor is just taking the cows out of the paddock today. So let's talk about. I fitted a different engine. I fitted the old 1982 Toyota diesel engine and show you a few mods. You may see this. This is actually from the original engine. I just turned it around. I was tinkering with the idea to have it welded so it's actually up. It's not required. You put an alkaline pipe in there and you fill it. Then you shut it. And then you fill the expansion. It will suck the fluid out. And you can hear it's full. So you never ever open here. You just check here. Check if you have fluid. If you have fluid, you check the level here. Make sure you have proper antifreeze. Like see, this is running proper antifreeze. Not rusty water. So it should be fine. It's due for an oil change. Leave it up to the next owner to do that because I'm selling it cheap for whatever I can get for it. I also had to do a modification here for the alternator. This is the original alternator of the other engine. So the bracket, because the other engine had a air conditioning here, I wasn't going to put all the air conditioning crap on. So I had to use this and made this slight modification. And then another mod is down here. This pulley is self-clamping. It will never come off. But it's the only way to align the belt for the power steering pump onto this engine and the old pulley. The harmonic balancer. The rest. Radiator cap. The old engine had a cap here. The cap is now there. I already explained, no problem. It's been like that ever since I put the engine in. Then in the rear there's a solid mass flywheel, so no worrying about the dual mass. The clutch is strong enough and it's a good clutch. The engine has new seals in it. The cam belt could probably do with renewal because of age, not because of mileage. 6 years is what a belt should be changed at. So I'll leave it up. It's your own risk. If the belt fails, the engine's destroyed. If you put a new belt on, you don't have to change the rest. There's new seals everywhere. And these seals haven't done many miles. It's been run as a tractor. The engine's, after fitting, it's probably down about 3,000 or 4,000 on my farm at the most, if that. Most of it was idling away. And that's about it. Also started up now. I'm sure she will run. Haven't started for a long time. We'll see. It's a manual 4-wheel drive. To put it in 4-wheel, you just push the button. It'll put it up the dash there, all working into 4-wheel. Okay. Okay, let's start the engine. You can see the light. Click, and you start it. Now that noise was the fan belt. It sort of wants to have a new fan belt, which I'm not going to do. You just have to pull it off and put a new one on and tighten it correctly. And this belt has been slipping for a while, so there's probably no way it's gonna not make a screaming noise because it's worn out. So we can see here we're currently in 4-wheel drive, 4-wheel low. I'll push the clutch. It should come out if we move it. First gear. Yep, it's gone off. So we're on 4 high now. And you can put it 4-wheel drive again. See here, off. So if the light doesn't go on and off, you just got to move it backwards and forwards while it's off. That should do the trick. Okay, shut the bonnet now, go for a drive. Okay, power steering works fine. There's no noises from the pump. There's also not much play in the steering, so it would theoretically pass the one to fitness. It's also have a new steering damper, shock absorber damper in the front, which hasn't got many miles on. Okay. Let's move off. Notice there's not much power in there. It's second gear, but it moves. And it moves the same way if you have a big trailer on the back and a really steep hill. You just have to use low range. Fourth gear and fifth. Brakes, been sliding. I'll show you here. Reverse. See the brakes work. Pretty even. Okay. Now, if you try and take off here with rear wheel drive, no load, you're going to start skidding. You can see, put it in full low. So, let's talk about some other important things, like handbrake. Turn the engine off, push the brake off. There's a turbo timer, it still works. You can put it on, it's not required. If you remove it incorrectly, you may have problems, that's why I just left it. If you want to remove it, up to you. I wouldn't bother. Now, handbrake, you put it in gear, you never leave the handbrake on. If you're not using it for more than a week, you release the handbrake because the brakes will seize solid and you can't move the vehicle, which is a very bad thing. And it will happen to any car. If you leave the handbrake on, it can seize. Now the other thing is here, you look at it, the engine temperature. it's now warm. And I'll show you when it's warm how it starts. Easy. Fan belt screaming again because the charger is putting the power back into the battery, so that means the alternator is actually working. But that's not the reason. Now, here, temperature is now sort of halfway, which is normal temperature. And if you use the vehicle, turn it off, use any vehicle, you should always run it hot, which means bring it up to operator temperature. Don't start it, move it 2 meters and shut it off. If you do that, you're going to cause moisture in the engine, in the exhaust. You can seize your engine and it won't move next time you try to start it. It can happen, and to prevent this, you run the engine hot. And then you shut it off and you're not starting it again until you need it again. That's the reason why this engine's still alive, because any engine, any vehicle that I own, I jump in there, I put a battery in, boom, they start. Because I shut them off hot. Okay. Show you a few other things like heaters working. Here we go. I had to modify this thing, it's a bit loose. Because it's actually of a Town Ace van. And I had to bend the tab. And it must have come off from the inside, doesn't fit 100%. The plug fits. It's a cheap mod, still works. Heater should also work, so there's no broken heater core in this. Go here. Yes. See, it might take the thermal camera out and show that it heats. Okay. There's no AC. This will do nothing. The rear window, I don't know. The usual problem with the rear. The usual problem with the rear window, Hilux have. This vehicle has it too. I haven't opened it since years, so there may be quite a bit of problems with the rear window. Okay, thank you.